in the power of the mind. So show me the money. Let's put our old school applauding hands together for Jason Christopher. Yeah.
Old school. I don't know if we want to go old school. I brought my party bag, folks, all right? We're going to get to that in a little bit. 3 businessmen, fantastic in each area of their own business. They had, 2 of them were fantastic. They were fantastic motivators. They read a lot. They prospected almost constantly. And of course, their income and their success was directly related by that sort of an attitude. But the other guy was a slack, kind of like a 9-to-5 guy that I call. Worked real hard in the business for the first couple of years, and then after that kind of just cruised on by anything, only prospected about how much he had to do just to get by. Well, the 3 of them grew up together. They were very, very good friends, and they would often vacation together. So they decide that they're going to go on a fishing charter. They rent a boat. They go out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Sure enough, a hurricane strands them on a deserted island. 3 weeks pass. They're close to starvation. One of the guys finds a bottle on the beach, opens the cork out, pops a magical genie, says, hey, listen, the rules are typically I give one person 3 wishes. You guys look like you're in a little bit of a bind. I'll tell you what, why don't I give each of you 1 wish? First guy says, well, you know what? It's been 3 weeks since I've seen my wife and my kids. Really, at this point, I'd just like to be home and be safe. Boom, off he goes. Second guy goes, well, I don't have a wife and kids, but I've always dreamed of living in Hawaii surrounded by great wealth, beautiful women. Boom, off he goes. The third guy, the slack, the 9-to-5 guy says, well, geez, I've been in this business for 10 years. No one's ever really asked me to make that major of a decision in my life. I sure wish my 2 friends were here to help me. Is there one thing that you can do to achieve success in your life? Inside my party bag, bought another party bag. Don't get excited yet, folks. We're not going to do that. Is there one thing that you can do to achieve success in your life? There is. I have a lock inside here that represents success, and I'm going to give someone here the chance to win $100. Debating on who to do this for. It might be Patrick only because he's got $40 in his pocket, so he looks like he may be able to need some. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to work with you on this. Cheryl, would you take that lock for me if you would? I have a couple keys here. The first key I thought to success was this. I thought it was motivation. So what I did was I read all of those motivational books by Tony Robbins. I sat back, I listened to motivational tapes in my car. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm motivated, I'm fired up, but I'm still broke. Is the key to motivation the lock that opens success? If it does not open it, drop it inside the glass. Nope, good. So then I thought, all right, it's not motivation, it must be knowledge. If I knew more, I'd be able to achieve more. So I started reading all kind of information. Knowledge is not power. You hear that, but it's not. There's actually something that's much more important than knowledge. Would you do me a favor? See if the key to knowledge unlocks the lock of success. If it does not unlock it, drop it inside the glass. It does not. Fantastic. Then I figured out discipline. If I'm disciplined, if I sit back, if I work with my goals, if I go from start to finish and everything I need to do, certainly I can achieve success if I'm a disciplined person. Is it the key to discipline? It is not. Drop it in the glass. Now, I'm a goal-setting speaker. Finally figured it out. It's got to be goals. I read all my affirmations till I was blue in the face. I set goals. I figured out if I frame them in a positive manner, fantastic. Take a look. The key to goal setting, does it open the lock of success? It doesn't. Probably because the key that opens it is the one I keep in my pocket. It's this key. It's the key to action. I did this for a major skincare company. As soon as I pulled out the key to action, a lady in the front row jumps up. She goes, I told you, it's action. Take a look, does that open up the lock? It does, perfect. Do me a favor, drop it in the glass, don't lock the key. Don't lock it up. I'm gonna give Cheryl an opportunity to win $100. I put money on the line, we're gonna do it today. Cheryl's gonna have a chance to win $100. Would you do me a favor, would you put that through the loop right there? Lock it inside. Perfect and awesome. Just take your time, but hurry up. Good. Perfect. We've locked it in there. I need to give this to someone trustworthy to hold on to. Someone trustworthy to hold on to. We'll give that to you. Fantastic. Cheryl, do me a favor. Mix up the keys for me if you would. Here's the deal. I'm going to attempt to find the key to action. If I find the key to action, place your hand on top of it. Give it a good shake over there. If I find the key to action, I win the $100. However, if I fail to win the key to action, if I fail to find it, you do get the $100. All right? If I fail to find it, you get the $100. If I find it, you don't get the 100, but I'll give you a very cool consolation prize. The consolation prize is very cool. I'm going to have a couple people reach in there. Don't show me the key. Just reach in, pull out one key, hold it in your closed hand for me if you would, please. Fantastic. Would you do me a favor as well? Just reach in there, pull out one of the keys there. Hold it in your hand. You got one? Just reach in there, pull out one. Yeah, just grab it in the hand there. Got it? Fantastic. Would you do me a favor? Reach in there, pull out one of the keys. Don't show it to me. Right here. And by default, it's you, sir. There you go. Fantastic. Awesome. All right, do me a favor. Hold the keys up in your closed fist for me if you would. Let's see if I can determine this. All right. The last one, Amy, Barry. Barry, I'm going to borrow this for a second. I do not believe that you have the key to action. Drop it inside the glass. Just drop it in. Fantastic. No. No, Richard. No, drop that in the glass. That is not yours. I don't believe you have it either, Amy. Would you two stand up for me if you would? Can you kind of move over this direction for me? Just a little bit over here. Just hold the keys out in your hand. This has absolutely nothing to do with the trick, folks. Just like to hold the lady's hand. I do not believe you have the key to action. Julie, pop that in there. I believe you're holding on to the key. The key to action, the one that opens the lock of success. I don't want to touch anything. I want you to take that. Now, if that opens it, I get the $100. Not it's yours, Cheryl. Go ahead, open it up. You don't get anything. You just open the damn key. That's there we go. Fantastic. We did open it over there. Fantastic. You get that huge round of applause right there. So I do get the $100. All right, I got lunch, folks. Thank you very much. Cheryl, in a nice loud voice, do me a favor. That's for you to read. You get a consolation prize.
Jason found the right key and did it fair and square. Instead of losing money, I wanted him there.
There you go. Give Cheryl a nice round of applause. Fantastic. So, I contend that there is one thing that you absolutely can do to achieve your goals and success. Now, one of the other things that I do, you've seen some of the magic stuff that I do, some of the mind reading, how I tie that information in. One of the other things that I do is I present and tie in topics using stage hypnosis. Now, it's very, very cool. Now, what happens? We can take action. We can take those steps along the way. But Brian started off just this morning talking about something that you see every single day, a yield sign, and how it is basically vanished out of your unconscious mind. That's the exact same thing that happens in my stage performance when I do the comedy hypnosis and tie it in with goal setting. I believe that your mind is super easy to be conditioned. Brian showed it to you just this morning. It's so easy to be programmed. Let me give you an example of how easy it is, folks. Everyone do me a favor, fill in the next couple of sentences for me. Nationwide is, you're in good hands with, melts in your mouth, not. Now let me ask you a question. Did you ever sit back and say, today I'm going to learn the Nationwide jingle, the Allstate slogan, the M&M USP? Those pieces of information have been droning in your unconscious mind through repetition. It shows you how easily the unconscious mind can be programmed. During that presentation, I show you how easy it is to program your own mind for success. And if it's easy to program you for a commercial, I think it's infinitely easier to program yourself for goals. Let me ask you a question. What's your number one achievement goal for 2018? Motivation. His mind has a fantastic ability to recall television commercials quickly, not so quickly on goals for 2018, to get motivated. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Number one, something that is only 6 inches long and most people carry around in their pocket or their purse. Pull out your phone. There's a memo function on your phone. If you can bury your goals down and get them down into a streamlined set of pieces of information that you can do, 1 or 2 or 3 things that you can do on a daily basis to achieve your goals and to achieve success, record them on the memo function of your phone. So let me ask you a brief question. Can you give me just one possible goal that you'd like to achieve in 2018? Just one. Get more organized. Okay, so you frame it this way. I'm an organized person. Working on organization happens easily for me. Stuff that is on my desk is put away where it needs to be. Record that for a series of about 5-10 minutes onto your cell phone. If you want to get really crazy, put some nice music on in the background. It drones out some of that stuff. After you record that for that 5-minute period, 10-minute period, you don't have to sit back and physically listen to that from here on out. You can just have it working in the background while you're on your computer, while you're driving to and from your office. You would have the same net psychological effect as you would with those television commercials. That's one of the ways that I believe that you can achieve goals. It's an auditory approach. I go over a kinesthetic approach. Has nothing to do other than more than tactile sensations. It's reward and punishment. Basic Pavlovian theory, classical conditioning. If you do something that's good, that works toward your goal, give yourself a reward. If you don't do that, give yourself a punishment. The third way is visualization. The reason I give 3 different ways to do it in my speeches is because I know not everyone is going to be very good at one way. So I give 3 different options for you folks. The last way is a visualization approach. I believe that the greatest visionaries of our time, people like Warren Buffett, are fantastic visionaries, visualizers. Warren Buffett sits back and looks at a need for products and services in the future. He finds products and companies that are undervalued now, and I'll be darned if 9 times out of 10, 2, 10, 7 years down the road, the property hasn't doubled, tripled, quadrupled in value. Now, what does this look like when I bring people up on stage? I believe those people are literally hypnotizing themselves. They may not call it that. They may call it a visualization process. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to go into the hypnosis here, but I do want to show you what it looks like right up on stage. Just give me about 98 seconds.
I mean, absolutely. These people here are probably about as limp and loose as they could be and still be breathing.
Extend your arm. I want you to imagine that your arm is now locked down tight. It's a band of steel welded to your shoulder. It's bonded, welded, glued, stuck tight. As I extend it, bonded, welded, glued, stuck tight. Bonded, welded, glued. Pressure here is not +1, +2, +3. It's ×1, ×2, ×3. I want you to push out here. Don't wang the arm and push down.
Nothing. It doesn't do it all.
Nothing. Now, okay, perhaps the guys are freaky and they just have upper body strength that we don't even know about. So I'd like you to try with the ladies. Same thing, don't wang down.
Well, she's even stronger than he is.
No matter how hard you try, you will not be able to remove that hand from the back. You can't find your mouth. I thought you said you were thirsty. $100, you take the hand off, it's yours. $100. $200. You take the hand off, $200. Free. $300. $300 is yours. $500. $500 is yours. How many people think money is a good motivator of people?
So let me tell you what you're seeing in this demonstration. The last lady at the end, she's trying to remove her hand. She can't take that physical action of removing that hand from her head because of the suggestions I give to her in the hypnotic trance state. How many of that is true for you? If you have a goal this year to be a $250,000 earner, but in the back of your mind, you will always say, I always earn $150,000. I'm going to earn $150,000. Even though your goal shoots for $250,000, realize that your unconscious mind is always going to win. Second thing, a lot of people think money is a huge motivator of people. It's not. That's $500 on the line. People have different ideas and different things to motivate themselves. I teach you how to learn that and discover that. In the first one, you see how that person, those people are going from limp, loose, and relaxed because I'm giving them a suggestion that they are a handful of limp, loose rubber bands tossed onto the stage in the chairs. Then at the end, there's a quick visual demonstration of them now becoming stiff and rigid. That's my presentation in a nutshell. Change the visual imagery, change the outcome. If you stop visualizing yourself as a slack and a 9-to-5er and picture yourself with success, you too can achieve your goals. You too can achieve success because I do believe that the real success is inside you. Thank you very much.
Jason Christopher, give it up.